For question number 2 in your stoichiometry practice, calculate the mass of CO2 that is produced by the complete oxidation of 55 grams of C5H12. Okay, so the first thing, we want to calculate the mass of CO2. So I'm going to put M equals question mark under CO2. First thing I had to do though is I had to balance the equation. And then it says that I have 55 grams of C5H12. I know that grams is a unit for mass, so I put mass equals 55 grams under C5H12. Okay, so then I get into what's given. So my first given is the mass of C5H12. And then because I know the mass, I should also write down the molar mass for it. And then also the molar mass of CO2, since I need to know the mass of CO2. And then I also wrote down my ratio between C5H12 and CO2. Okay, and then I write what is required. So the first thing I need to find is my moles for C5H12. After I find my moles of C5H12, I can then find my moles of CO2. Then after that, find the moles of CO2, I can then get the mass of CO2. Okay, so my first equation to get the moles of C5H12 is to do the mass of it divided by the molar mass of it. Once I do that, I can use my stoichiometry equation to get the moles of, so my moles of my known compound and my moles of my unknown compound. After I get my moles of my unknown compound of CO2, I can plug it into the mass equation. So the moles of CO2 times the molar mass of CO2, and that will give me the mass of CO2. Okay, so my first equation, I need to find the moles of C5H12. So I take the 55 and I divide it by its molar mass. And I get a very long moles. Okay, I will then take that moles and plug it into my second equation. So it looks like that. Okay, I'm going to cross multiply these and then divide by what's at the top. So I cross multiply them, so your moles times 5 divided by 1, you get 3.811450985 moles. Okay, after I found the moles of NCO2, I'm going to plug it into number 3 to get my mass, and I multiply it by its molar mass of 44.009 grams per mole. I multiply that out and I get 167.7381464 grams. And then because my question has 3 sig digs, my final answer also has to have 3 sig digs.